Good morning, everyone. Monday, April 23rd, another sales meeting. We're going to be going over objections for the Silver Surfer Vaporizer. Me and Steve here. My name is Sam. Steve's right here. We're just going to be going over a couple objections that we hear sometimes when we're going through sales pitches and everything. Is the audio coming through just fine on that side? Like a thumbs up or down? No?
Little choppy for me.
Choppy?
Yeah, he's driving though, so that's his issue.
I'm driving, so it's all good.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Yeah, we'll just keep going. We'll start off the bat right here. Let's go off with some objections. So, Silver Surfer is not as popular as other vaporizers.
Yeah, we've heard that before too. It's not as popular as other vaporizers in your neck of the woods, I feel. And that's because 7th Floor does not do hardly any advertising, but we do word of mouth. So if we're not popular in your neighborhood, that's because we haven't penetrated in your neighborhood. It is very popular. I have sold over 36 units to Willie Nelson, Woody Harrelson. It goes on and on and on with celebrity statuses. Many bands use our products, and it is the go-to vape. It's the workhorse, and it will, for value, it is far superior over any other vaporizer out there. So, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Next one we got, my customers are only buying portable units right now.
Yeah, we hear that a lot as well, and that's why we came up with the Sidekick, and we also have our oil pens. And with everybody looking for the best value, I can definitely see how a portable seems to be the best value, considering that, don't worry about it, considering that if I'm looking to spend X amount of money, then I will buy one product. Seems like the greatest thing, but when I get to how long something lasts or where I use my product the most people are using their products in their house, 80% of the time we found. So therefore we find that a desktop is the best for that. Our desktop is great because you can leave it on 24/7. You can diffuse essential oils in it, leaving your house smell good. It's so solid, and then it's always ready for your use. A portable you'll have to heat up, which isn't bad, and a portable is definitely good when you're on the go, but when you're at home, it's ready to just go all the time. So I think it comes down to guiding people. Pretty much no portable will work near as good as a desktop vaporizer because of the efficiencies, the size of the bowl that a desktop can have, and just so much stuff. So I think that comes into us understanding and educating our customers properly of why you need both, and that a desktop, if it should probably be your first purchase.
Yep, definitely. All right, we're going on to the next one. The unit is too big comparable to other units.
I wonder who says that. When compared to a Volcano, it is much smaller than a Volcano. When compared to many of the other desktop vaporizers, it's equal to or smaller. Now, when you compare it to a portable, obviously, yes, it is much bigger, but it's not a portable. It is designed to be plugged in. It's designed to last and work for a very, very, very long time. So I don't see how it's compared. I'd love to know what people are comparing it to and what units are much smaller. If they're smaller, they're going to get hotter. They're going to be not as good. Our unit, I feel, is the right size for what it needs to be.
Okay, awesome. Next one, we do carry the Debuta, and it sells really well for us, but we don't have any room for any other vaporizers.
Yeah, I can fully understand that because the Debuta vaporizer is a very affordable vape, and it's a gangster workhorse of the industry. The issue that we find is that people don't really know about the Silver Surfer, and if you don't know about the Silver Surfer, well, you can't never sell one. So to have one Silver Surfer in your store is very, very recommended, if not a Super Surfer. Many stores and everybody should start with top-down sales and go from the top down. And if you don't have a Super Surfer in there, you're never going to be able to tell people about the Super Surfer, let alone the Silver Surfer. And the angle of the dangle and the ground glass bowl over conical versus spherical is much far superior in the SSV. Having the metal base on it and the handcrafted glass knob just takes it to the next level. Again, when you can upgrade it and get some beautiful artwork on it for 10 to 20% upgrade, it's very, very worth it, and you can't do that on the DBV. So I do feel that people move the DBVs in their stores because they don't know how to sell the SSV. And the SSV, remember, the angle of the dangle is much more important. Your bowl won't get stuck in there with the hands-free attachment on the Silver Surfer. It's truly locked, where the DBV kind of gives us false security that it is locked. It's not locked. The SSV is produced more so built in the United States than the DBV is. So you have more dollars and staying here in the United States. There's more workers that you're helping to get work in the United States. So when you look at those things, the SSV is all around a more American vape, and it's just a far superior vape over even the DBV in design. Although the DBV is a wonderful design, you can't sell the SSV or Super Surfer if you don't stock at least one in your store.
Yeah. Awesome. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining again.
What up? We're a little bit into this, and you can catch up, but we just are only third one down, so.
Yep. All right, so we got next one on the list, no electronic temperature control.
Okay, actually we do have electronic temperature control. It just doesn't have a readout, and you don't really need a readout as long as you don't burn it and then slightly getting it right below the burn. That's really where you want to be. You really want to vape around 430 degrees Fahrenheit, and the reason for that is the highest cannabinoid THCV vaporizes at 428, where the other ones start at about 285. So if you're vaporizing around 430, that is the optimal, most perfect temperature for full spectrum vaporization.
So how do I know when it's...
How do you know when that's there? By slowly turning up your temperature, and when it starts turning dark brown, that's when it's you're hitting it up about right below combustion. So if it's turning brown to dark brown, that actually is the most perfect temperature. You can get really great flavors where it doesn't turn it brown or dark brown, but you're not going to release the THCV and some of those other cannabinoids that are much higher. So there's a lot of differences there. So you can fully control that, again, with how you inhale. When you inhale slower, the air is hotter. So if we put numbers on there, it would really mean a whole lot of Farfignugan. And really, this is designed for a connoisseur. So once the connoisseur finds exactly what they want, it's set up for them. And it's all set with... you can set it to your time. Remember old school clocks when you could actually tell time. Or just take your knob off, set it at 12 o'clock when you find your desired temperature. But remember, if you vaporize, somebody else is going to vaporize it slightly different than you. But yeah, that's why we don't have temperature numbers on it, but it's fully adjustable for connoisseur control.
Yep. Awesome. Next one on our list here. Vaporizer sales are down right now.
Yeah, I feel that too, especially with the everybody all into bangers and everything. Well, as we've seen with bangers, they're going to the low temp dabs. Those low temp dabs are actually vaporizing. So people are just back to where they were vaporizing. And with the Silver Surfer and the Dabuda, we're the only ones that actually have a dab setup, and we're working on a new quartz dab setup for it as well. But with that, you can do dabs. You can, in our flavor discs, you can also do vape concentrates out of it. My favorite is dry herbs mixed with concentrates. So I feel vape sales are down because we're not educating people that vaporizing is still the best and the most efficient way to consume cannabis and marijuana.
All right.
Did that help?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's perfect. Next one. Glass tends to break too easily.
Yeah, well, that's if glass tends to break too easy. The first question I would ask: why do you have a glass shop? We do understand that glass breaks very easy, and that on the glass side is one benefit to us. That if they break the glass, you got customers coming back. For us, that's a good thing. With glass is very customizable. So again, you can have customers coming back. So if you don't have glass, you don't have customers coming back because they broke it. And it usually breaks because they broke it, not just because it broke. And they understand that they usually are not ever upset about it because they dropped it, they broke it, and they do like the custom stuff and they love the glass. So if it breaks too easy, I don't think that's happening on our vaporizers. And if it's just the idea that glass breaks, well, you're in a glass shop and we understand that glass breaks and we like the glass that breaks in a sense.
Yeah, I like it. Next one, markup isn't enough. I can't make money selling this unit.
That's strange because our vaporizer is probably one of the only vaporizers on the market where you can keystone it. Keystoning is where you double the price on it. So I don't understand if a customer says that. I think they don't understand that our product is one of the only products on the market that you can keystone. Our product works very great with rigs, so you can upsell your customers to rigs, to more custom glass down the road. So our product is very good at upsales.
Awesome. With all the new innovations on the market, it's hard to invest in a product that is as old as yours.
I find that comical because our product is probably the only product this old that has been innovative and have kept up with the times. Again, we are probably the first e-nail on the market that had the whole hot dabs back in the day 5-6 years ago. I'm not going to say we invented that, but I'd like to see somebody who had something before we did. That's keeping up with the times. Keeping up with the times now, we are working on a new quartz part, and so you can do dabs out of that. Again, I don't like dabs as much. I like doing dabs mixed with my concentrate or my dry herb. But yes, our product, we came out with the Super Surfer. We are on Super Surfer version 2, and we've improved a lot of things on there. And again, we are the only vaporizer as today that you can do custom images on that truly is a piece of work of art. Every other vape out there is just a product, a commodity being dumped off the shelves to you. So if you care about your customers and they love that you care about them, offering a Silver Surfer is probably the best thing to do because with our company being here 14 years, you can guarantee that your product never is outdated and it can be upgraded to stay with the times.
Yep. Yeah, that's perfect. Next one we got. I buy all my products through a distributor. When will your products be carried by a distributor again?
Our products won't be carried through a distributor again. A distributor takes a portion of the profits out of there, which means I make less profits and you make less profits with a distributor. So we've removed distributors because in this industry, let's get it straight, that most of the distributors in this industry are not distributors. They're online retailers and they are your competitors. So we are not your competitor, we are your manufacturer, and we will take care of you. Our distributors don't want to carry all of the goods that we offer. Therefore, you're not being educated. Our distributors don't carry the education and they don't educate you as well. So we have found over the last 14 years that our distributors love to take care of themselves but don't take care of our customers or us as much as we need to. So we're here to take care of you. If you have any issues, questions, concerns, you can get to the horn, talk to us. And even if our sales guys can't help you out, which they are very good at, you can get to the owner here. I'd like to see that happen with any of our competitors out there. And with a distributor, they just don't have the knowledge that you fully need to get from us.
Yep. Okay. Next one we got here. Well, let's stop. Does anybody got any questions or anything so far? Good. Yeah.
What up, Jason?
So, with the whole price thing, a lot of shops now, they're doubling Keystone, just to give you a heads up. And if they can't double Keystone, they don't want to carry it.
I think ours is pretty close to Keystone, though, right? It's not Keystone, but it's pretty freaking close.
Yeah, but they want to double Keystone.
Well, I don't quite get what double Keystone means.
So like four
So
times.
if I sell it to them for $100, if they can't sell it for $300, then they don't want to carry it.
Well, that's crazy because I've never even seen that in this market. I know PAX can't do that. I know Volcano can't do that. All of our competitors can't do that. So I don't even know a vape that. Do you know of a vape that can do that?
No, that's true. When I go in, one of the biggest objections I get with like the Sidekick is that I tell them, I'm like, you can't double Keystone on the packs. And they're like, yeah, but we have to carry the packs because people ask for it by name. But they try to sell people those pins that triple Keystone on, those cheap ass pins.
So maybe the cheap pens or something where they want to get a better profit margin on.
Yeah, I got a lot of smoke shop owners that just want to just rape their customers.
Well, I think the biggest problem with that is those pens and all that shit. You can get them right direct from China and shit, and that's what's going on. There's sometimes inferior quality. Even when we get our stuff, sometimes we have to do a lot of upgrades on them here because it's just shit. So when it comes to the pens and everything, I can definitely see that as an issue. I'll definitely look into our pricing on our pens. If maybe we have to raise our pricing on that, we can do that. Our retail pricing, not necessarily anything else. Again, I don't know how that makes us competitive or not. When those people have a failure or whatnot, they're just lost out on that failure because they're not getting it replaced from China. Whereas from us, if there's an issue, that they can get that. So, yeah, that definitely makes sense with how the market's going right now.
The objections that I like to use, or the objections that I get with people that want to double Keystone on their vaporizers, they say that they can't make any money on it because they can't double Keystone, take more money from the customers than what's needed, and that they're always going to have customers come back if they do buy the Sidekick or the Silver Surfer because they're going to get such a great price. The same price they can get off the website or close to it. They know they can trust their or their local glass shop, and they'll have return customers coming back because of that trust. That's what I like to use that objection when people are like, I can't make any money. And I'm like, stop ripping off your customer then.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point because at least when a customer walks out with a Surfer and whatnot, they're going to know that they got a great price on it. Whereas if they're tripling and quadrupling these prices, they're going to find it from a local shop that's selling it for cheaper or on the internet, and they're going to feel like they got taken advantage of. And if you like taking advantage of your customers, I guess that's your prerogative. But that's a great one, Jason.
Cool. All right. Next one we got here. The Debuta uses the same technology and is much more affordable.
In a sense, it does use the same technology as the Surfer, and yes, it is much more affordable. The DBV is mostly put together in China, where the SSV is mostly put together in the USA, whereas Americans cost a lot more money to put to work compared to a Chinaman. And then also the SSV is not the same when it comes to the spherical glass. The spherical glass is larger. The SSV can be hooked up to it with a solid locked connection to it. The angle of the dangle is huge. The custom knob that it comes with, that's a retail value of $30 right on there. So it may seem kind of the same, and yes, it kind of is the same. And then when it gets to even our EOK dab setup, the one designed on the SSV, just because how it has to work on the DBV, is a little bit better design. So all around, the Surfer is a better product in the sense that more dollars are being spent here in the United States, has higher quality or maybe higher artistic valued parts on there, higher quality parts. So yeah, that's where that goes.
Okay. Next one we got, as far as vapes go, folks have been asking for the Puffco Peak. are you doing any new innovations surrounding the Silver Surfer?
Well, the Puffco Peak, I have seen that, and I've seen a lot of people are not happy with that product right now. So many people got in on the hype and whatnot, and they're a little bit upset at it. And this Puffco Peak, it can only do concentrates, can't do dry herbs. It comes with a piece of glass mounted onto it, so good luck getting your rig to work with it. Where your rig that you already have hooks right up to your Silver Surfer. Your Silver Surfer can do dabs out of it. It can do dry herbs out of it, raw dabs out of it. You can diffuse essential oils out of it. So again, you're right. The Puffco might be a little cheaper, and it's definitely 100% made in China. So if you like that stuff, well, then that's what's for you. But if
Cool. So we got down with the Puffco Peak one. Next one we got, my cost for the vaporizer is too much.
yeah, I could definitely see how somebody could see that, because when you buy a quality product, you have to pay for it. If it was 100% made in China, made with inferior parts, it'd be a lot cheaper, and it'd probably fail you within 3 months to a year or so. So yeah, and then again with our products, you're selling your customer a high quality product, and you're going to make that customer happy. They're going to be back to buy more accessories for it.
Yep. And then now just build in value. The Silver Surfer comes with so much more than other vaporizers on the market. So just make sure you include it all. The bag, the pick, the glass accessories, everything that you can do with it.
And then when you upgrade them to the WRS with the beautiful graphics on it, which is kind of one-of-a-kind stuff, it comes even fully decked out with an aroma top on it too. So you really get it's a wonderful value for what you're spending on it. And then when it lasts you 3, 5, 14 years, it's pennies a day. If not, just it's so insignificant in cost over the long run.
Yep. Cool, so last one we got here. I haven't heard of the SSV before.
Yep, I hear that all the time at the trade shows, and that's because 7th Floor and Silver Surfer, we've done a bad job at marketing it to the mass public. We market mostly by word of mouth. So if you haven't heard about it, we haven't got a few customers in your area talking about it coming into you. So with this new sales marketing push that we're doing, we hope to improve that. And if you haven't heard of it, what I would suggest is to ask your people to definitely go check us out on Fuck Combustion. We've been on there forever, and it is so biased, and we have great reviews on there.
Yeah, any sort of reviews. We've been around for over 13 years, so we do have reviews out there. We have been in the industry forever, and the Silver Surfer is how we got there. So cool. Anything else? You guys got any questions for us? No? Good to go?
All right. Well, if there's no more questions, all I can say is thank you all so much for your time and joining us today, and I really, really appreciate that. Thanks for the comments too, Jason. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Yeah, have a good week.
Ride the wave.